Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Outbreak game mode in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War Zombies. I considered making this video a lot earlier when it actually came out, but I decided to wait a while, let myself play it more so I could get a better understanding of it and its mechanics and how I actually enjoy it, and be able to form a true opinion of how I actually feel about it. So now that I've taken that time to kind of form my opinion, there's been a few updates to it, so I feel like I can actually review it now. So let's get into it. So I think the first and biggest thing we should probably discuss is the size of these maps. No pun intended, of course. This is a very important part of the Outbreak experience, the size and scale of these maps. These maps are large. They are the biggest zombies I've ever seen before. And they actually work rather well, I think. The vehicles and stuff, the vehicles aren't OP, they move quickly so you don't feel like you're just driving for ages to get to a place. Everything just kind of feels like not too big to the point where it feels like it's just tedious to move around the map, but it's not so small that it doesn't actually feel massive. It's kind of perfect middle ground of good size. Also, I really like the jump pads. You can jump up in those, and they allow you to, you've played Outbreak probably. If you're watching this video, you've probably played it. Freaking, you know what it does. It launches you up, parachute. That's fun. I like that. Also, each map has a very different atmosphere, and I really dig that. Like, for example, you've got Ruka. This is the first map I ever played, so that's why it's going to be the first example here. It's a moist forest map. I probably shouldn't be using that wording, but you know what? It's fine. Don't worry about it. It is moist and green, and it just looks really nice in my opinion. I think Ruka's the most pretty one. Gameplay wise, it might not be the best one. Alpine, a snowy map with a snowy map with snow. You know the drivey things, the snowmobiles. Yes, there we go. That went well, didn't it? And also, it's got the ski lifts. You go down. And honestly, I really like that map in terms of atmosphere. I think they did a stellar job on that one. Goldova is kind of mad to me. Kind of gives me Blackout vibes with it, and I didn't really like Blackout personally, so the kind of haunts my dreams. Honestly, you get the green grass and you got the autumn leaves, which honestly is pretty. Just doesn't vibe with me personally. And then there's the brand new map, Sanatorium, that literally came out, I'm pretty sure, like a week ago for the recording of this video. Week or two. Honestly, I really like that map a lot. It's the only night map, and that is cool as fuck. That changes it up quite a bit. Sanatorium does not feel like Ruka, or Ruka does not feel like Goldova. They each have different feelings to them, and I really dig that. I honestly really dig that. They did a stellar job there. Something else I love is the progression. You can find salvage through killing zombies like normal, or you can find some in the chests scattered through the map, which are quite a good source for salvage, especially in the earlier rounds when salvage isn't really that common. Like, that's the incentive for me, at least, to go explore the building, because the chests, you can get pretty decent weapons from them early on. Later though, they aren't really that worth it, but I mean, at that point you're set up, so just like in normal zombies. You don't like when you're like around 50, you don't really change up your strategy. You're doing the same shit you were doing around 40. You'll be doing the same thing around 60. You're never doing that. You're never switching things out constantly and trying to still level up. You're typically maxed out by then. Also, something that the side objectives I like a lot. They give you nice rewards as well. Like the points especially is the big one for me. So you can get at least a couple perks before you hit your first objective, which makes it, honestly, sometimes trivializes it, but I mean, friggin' there's the dragon rockets. I like those a lot. They're basically timed soul boxes, but just give you a better chest the more you fill it, and like the time it gives you. I like that. It gives you a bit of a challenge to do. And it's honestly quite challenging to keep all the zombies in that circle, because later rounds that shit gets tough. I mean, really tough. Because you're just trying to stay in that circle. You're trying to get all the dudes out there. You're like trying to come in. Yeah, gotta get the zombies in here. that's really hard to pull off on like round 10. Ignore that, that was my dryer going off. Anyways, that actually can get really intense later rounds, and I think that's honestly really cool. And it's also quite challenging, and it gives you a pretty nice chest if you can fill it up all the way. So I mean, that's good. I like that. It's also the bounty targets, which give you a group of enemies, typically bosses, that can drop an extra perk, which is really helpful early on. And there's also the gold chest, which is the highest tier of chest, but you have to fight a couple waves of difficult enemies to earn it, per se. And I dig that a lot as well. You gotta kind of earn that really nice reward, because you can get wonder weapons out of that motherfucker, and that's pretty cool. These are pretty much awesome, and I really like them. They switch things up, and you don't have to do just the main objective, and they offer a nice challenge for those who want the extra rewards, but also wants to risk it a bit more. And I really dig that. I really think that's a good way of doing it. But the rewards for those pale in comparison to the main objectives. In the later rounds, you get tens of thousands of points per objective. That's a fucking lot of points. Like, if you go down, like at like wave level 15, you're fine, because you've probably already got like 200,000 points. You're good. You can just buy out your shit back. It's fine. You're good. You don't have to worry about it too much. And honestly, I kind of dig that. Sometimes in zombies, you just need more points, and then you just end up getting fucked because you don't have enough points to buy your perks back. And honestly, it's just nice for that. But what about these main objectives, you say? Well, what are they? Well, let me tell you, buddy. The first one is Holdout. Holdout's fairly simple. You have to survive in a small, confined area in the map in the dark ether for a few minutes, and that's it. Straightforward one there. You get it, you do it, you survive. It's pretty easy. Later rounds it gets stupidly hard, but they nerfed it, so that's hopefully not nearly as bad as it was. I hope to God it's not as bad as it was. I haven't played Outbreak in a little bit, but I'm still reviewing it anyways. Next one is the Escort Mission, and I actually have a minor complaint here with the Escort Rover. It's easy. Like, really easy. So what you have to do is you have to defend this rover while it moves around the map and does stuff. Like, it interacts with these fucking ether portals or whatever. And it stops moving when you get too far away from it, which means you have to stay with it to keep moving. But that's the problem with it. The zombies only seem to attack it when it's stopped, and since it tends to not stop much unless you move away from it, you're really just trying to avoid dying rather than actually defending it. And I don't really like that. It seems to kind of ruin the whole point of the objective, because you're supposed to be defending this rover. It's supposed to be an escort quest. But you're more defending yourself rather than the escort rover, which is not exactly what you want. At least I wouldn't want that. I would want the objective to be actually what it's about, which makes it honestly just super easy, which is honestly nice sometimes, but it's kind of just like, it's not really a defense objective, really. In that case, anyways. Anyways, enough shitting on that objective. Let's talk about the defense objective, and I kind of like this one a lot. You must pick up a zombie head and bring it over to the container. It's different in places each map, whatever. Then it screams and attracts zombies, so you gotta defend it. This isn't honestly that bad. You get rather difficult the later rounds, so you gotta be ready for those bastards trying to get it. But if you're smart, you're good with your ring of fire placements. You're good with your C4. You can kind of lay traps on the doors. It's pretty fun. It's really, really fun, honestly. I really dig this. I really dig that kind of this defense kind of. I've always favored that. No, that's something I really liked in Firebase Z with the defense rounds. I always thought that was a super underrated part of that map, and honestly, I think it deserves commendation for that. Anyways, at this point, I'm not going to really elaborate on the other freaking points. Well, not other points, the other objectives, because honestly, that would take a while, and honestly, I do not feel like doing that right now. So, I'm just gonna say this: they're all fun. They're all really fun. Just the escort one's too easy, and they need to make it harder. Something I also love is that it features all the wonderful weapons from the other maps, which gives you a nice variety of power weapons to use. Like, you can either use the Ray K, the Ray Gun, or the Die if you want to be a masochist, because they don't give you the elemental upgrades on Outbreak for some reason, which makes that Die kind of worthless, so it's kind of either the Ray Gun or the Ray K, which one you want. They're both really good weapons. So it really just depends on your playstyle. If you want to play more defensively, go with the Ray K. If you want to play more offensively, go with the Ray Gun. Go for it. They're both good. Overall, I think this game mode is a real contender with the normal zombies mode in terms of quality. And I hope there are more game modes added in the future that have the same quality. I really don't want another Jingle Hells mode. That was just... Why do you do this to us, Treyarch? Why? It wasn't that good, I'm gonna be honest with you, bud. I mean, it was fine, it was fun, it was themed, it was kind of cool, but it didn't add really anything except for like the snowball thing and the gifts or whatever. That was really all it was. It's really the only thing they changed with it, and it was just a Christmas themed D machine basically. And I think it's kind of lame, I guess. I kind of expected more from a Christmas thing from the back. Anyways, I probably shouldn't be discussing that because that is all in the past right now, and this is about Outbreak, not Jingle Hells. Maybe I'll make a video on Jingle Hells. I don't know. Probably not, because I can't play it anymore, so I can't really remember much about it. But, yeah. Outbreak's pretty good. So if you like this trash-ass video, make sure to smash like and subscribe for more shitty content. And I'll see you all in the next video. So peace, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later.